Hey, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Next Chapters DMV's podcast. I'm your host, Anisha. Take a deep breath. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. Women, I'm talking specifically to you. Wherever are right now, I want you to know this. You are safe in this moment. Welcome to Breaking the Silence. Her voice, her strength. Here today, I'm going to speak the truth with compassion. I'm holding space without judgment. And I'm here to remind you that your story matters. Today's conversation, I want to title it, What Abuse Doesn't Look Like. In the light of everything that's going on with domestic violence, more specifically with men and women, and men unaliving women and unaliving themselves right after, in some cases. I am just here to just have a conversation and shed some light on these situations. These are totally my opinions. What abuse doesn't always look like, because the truth is, abuse, it's not always loud. It's not always physical. And it does not always leave visible scars. Sometimes abuse, it sounds like silence. Sometimes it feels like pure confusion. And sometimes it really looks like love at first. You may have heard someone say, well, if it was really abuse, you would just leave. But when you think about it, is it really that simple? Abuse sometimes can be so subtle. And when we think about naming the unseen, right, abuse can look like being consistently criticized until you begin to question your worth. It can sound like no one else would want you. You're too sensitive. Or you're overreacting. It can feel like walking on eggshells. It can also feel like shrinking yourself to keep the peace. And, apologizing for things that are never your fault. It can also look like control. Control over what you wear. Control over who you speak to. Control over where you go. Or even how you think about yourself. And over time, you may not recognize yourself anymore. And, that's hard. It's why is it hard to recognize? One of the most difficult truths is that abuse often begins with care, attention, and what feels like deep love. That makes it so confusing. Because how do you label something as harmful when it once felt so safe? There are many moments of kindness and apologies and promises to change. And those moments can make you, hold on. They can make you believe. They can make you think, maybe it's me. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it will get better. But confusion is not peace. And love should never require you to lose yourself. Never, ever. So, when you when you're in these situations or any situation at all where you have to question yourself, I want you to pause for a moment, not to overwhelm you, but to gently invite you, to reflect on, have you ever felt smaller in any relationship instead of supported? So in this moment of reflection, like, you're asking yourself these things and, have you questioned your reality because someone dismissed your feelings? Have you ever stayed silent just to avoid conflict? If any part of this resonates with you, please hear this clearly. You are not imagining it. Your experience is valid, and you deserve clarity, respect, and safety. So I'm going to empower you today with pressure. This is not a space that tells you what to do. This is a space that reminds you of what you deserve. You deserve to feel safe. You deserve to be heard. You deserve a love that does not hurt you. Healing does not happen overnight. Leaving is not always immediate. And every journey looks different, but awareness is what I want to say the powerful first step. And when you're aware, then you go out and you look for support and resources. Be gentle about looking for support and resources, as well as responsible. If you're in a situation where you feel unsafe, consider reaching out to someone that you trust, like you truly trust, a friend, a family member, or a support resource in your area. The National Domestic Hotline is always there if you need it. Just know that you are not alone, even if it feels that way. As I close out today's episode, I want to leave you with this. You're allowed to choose yourself over and over again. You're allowed to recognize what really hurts you. And you're allowed to step into the life that feels peaceful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And most importantly, thank you for honoring your journey. This is Breaking the Silence. Her voice, her strength. Let your healing begins here.